Hello everyone, I'm going to be starting out today with the ISM here. We have a special stream today where Floyd bought it's a new item kind of for my stream shop to where it's called Overwhelm Cody with Challenges Day. So basically, stream's going to work the same as usual. You can request tanks for me to play. I ask one per person since they do usually fill up. We'll see later if there's room to take more of them, but basically every tank request, you don't have to purchase anything, is going to be a challenge today where I have to hit 1.5 times the HP total of a tank in damage, assist, and blocked. So if I don't reach that, whoever requested the tank gets 500 Levi biscuits, so the stream currency, and at the end of the stream I'll credit that. And also Floyd gets kind of the tally of everybody's total at the end as well. Nice to see some of you guys are here early. Hopefully I'm gonna be able to talk well enough here. I have like allergies or something this morning. I'm not sick or anything, it's just a little trouble speaking. Fortunately I get a tier 10 match in this to begin with, which this tank, nobody requested this. I requested it. I usually like to start with the tank that I kind of picked just to get warmed up a little bit. It's a little bit terrifying that I'm against two tanks that I really cannot penetrate. 705 and 705A here. The 705A was shooting heat, which thankfully for me, he obviously didn't pen, but still a little bit scary. Coming across, two of them. Yeah, I can't pen this guy. HE it is. It's a problem with the new tanks release. They all have insane amount of armor. This one has pretty good armor. Granted, this guy's probably going to swap over to a premium round. He can pen basically the closest area on my tank. Basically in the corner facing him. Which, since this is the first stream of me doing this Overwhelm Challenges thing, I'm going to do my best not to kind of get confused at everything. It is a little bit different to me, so it might take me a little bit longer between. Yeah, he's still using full heat. It's kind of annoying. You're in a tank with that much armor, and yeah, full premium rounds out of it too. But these things can side scrape really well. Fortunately, I have someone helping me flank them. Come on, keep focusing on them. I'm just a tier 8. But my team's doing decent here. He's still alive. Thank you. The problem is we do have a lot of people in the north still. There's a Centurion. I don't know why this guy decided to push. Like, he's kind of alone. Like, I don't want to kind of head with him. Just because, the rest of our team's further south. I'm gonna help take this Centurion out. Luckily, he kind of noticed. Still not completely out of the woods here. But nice to see everybody. I'm trying not to stupidly run out in front of a tank here. I didn't keep up on chat as best as I usually do. But pretty good battle to start with. The ISM, I might actually change my opinion on it a little bit. After playing it a few matches and looking at the stats a little bit harder against some other tier 8s, it's shaping out to be a little bit better than I gave it credit for, to be honest. This is gonna hurt though, because he's still firing full heat. Unfortunately for me, I can't pen him. Only chance I have is basically his turret. but even heat here is just going to wreck me. Yeah. You still lost. Hope you feel good firing full heat out of that tank though. But, you know, basically for the stream with everything being a challenge, so in this match, you know, I had 1500 HP. I easily got over that. I did 2500 damage, 1100 blocks, so thus I would have won the challenge here. I'm going to do my best to keep kind of tabs on, you know, winning and losing, but basically everything I'm going to deal with after the stream as far as doling out all the stuff. But all in all, pretty good match as far as this goes. Yeah, I'd used quite a bit of APCR, but, you know, coming across a 705A and a 705, I don't really have that much of a choice. Alright, so my first request up here is the T34 medium. So as far as the HP total, I'm gonna be like guesstimating 675 damage assistant block in this. But I'm gonna round stuff kind of in my head to begin with, but if it's close, I'll definitely make sure I'm actually hitting the right values. Up after this, you know, I have T30, FV215B, PZ34, T54E1, and a T32, not a T34. If people do want a platoon, you know, feel free. You can send me a message if you'd like to play together. You know, I don't have anything, you know, usually I don't do challenges during platoons because a lot of times I'm like completely like confused at times if I have like a lot of people wanting to pop in and out. But today, with everything being just like a standard 1.5x challenge, you know, I'm not too worried about it. So if anyone is on that does want to play, just send me a message. Do make sure though, you know, especially with today being like a special stream, I'm going to be doing my tank requests in order. I'm not going to be switching them around at all. Outside of, you know, I might throw in like a grinder too. But we'll see how, you know, this stream goes, and I might tweak, you know, basically the purchase item here that Floyd bought. Whether it's doling out like more Levi biscuits and stuff, we'll see. It's the first time we're doing this. I'm hoping, so I showed, you know, it was a while ago that I showed this at this point, almost a month, one of the images I have about power creep, and specifically armor creep for newer tanks in the game. I plan on making a video for that sooner than later here, since 9.22 finally released. Alright. This accuracy and Cody's really bad aiming here. Eh, what the hell. You know, I was gonna get at least one hit there, and I didn't want that second hit, and a third hit. Awesome. And this is where things go really south really quickly in mid-tier matches. He's actually right here. His T-34 is not spotting, which, unfortunately for me. But my teams, they're doing pretty well in the north. Very nice if they could spot the VK. He's somewhere further up than where he was actually spotted from. You had to convert your PC over to wireless? I guess your Ethernet connection or something was broken on your motherboard? Ah, come on. I like this gun, but it can be really, really fickle at times shooting at long range. I don't think I'm gonna get this challenge one, to be honest. Just given the amount of HP left, and I don't really have any HP left at that. Oh god, yeah, I'm definitely dead by the stug. Alright, so I'm pretty sure Randall had requested that. So I lost my first challenge here by quite a bit here. Alright. But that's where, like, I hope that you guys don't, like, specifically just request, like, not that that's not a bad tank, but say, like, tanks that are hard to play and stuff, only because, you know, you're gonna fill up a whole stream with, basically uninteresting matches. But anyway, T30, 1650 as far as hit points here. Okay, so I gotta reach somewhere a little bit above 2400 damage assistant block here. But at least we gotta win that last match. Which, you know, as far as this patch goes, I need to make a weak spot guide for the Object 430U. A lot of people are really angry about the new tanks that released, and, you know, it's kind of justified given the armor on them. I don't think they're as broken as, say, the Badger and Super Conqueror are when it comes to balance, because those tanks have both really good armor and really good guns. The guns on, you know, the new Russian tanks now, they're a little bit tame. Like, they're still good, but they're not good, say, across the board as far as, like, accuracy, penetration, DPM stuff. A lot of them lack, you know, a lot of accuracy, some DPM. But, you know, it is a little bit terrifying to see what comes next. You know, basically, unless there's another hidden tank line somewhere, this year we're looking at Polish and Italian tanks, so we're not looking at a lot of armor coming with them. The Polish tanks, I think, more so than the Italians, might have a little armor, but as far as what I have heard, they're, you know, the main line is going to be a medium line for them, with like a prototype to the T55 on it. So, you know, we're not looking at, say, armor levels like the Object 257 here. I knew I could pen basically his entire front there, given this tank. Well, can't you run an Ethernet wire? I was saying, yeah, I understand that. I remember when I lived at my parents specifically, I had to always move. They kept having me move like the router and stuff because they want everything on Wi-Fi, because they don't have like a standard PC, and they couldn't understand why it didn't really get good reception all the way across the house. But I only had to move it like 4 or 5 times in a couple years. It's like, make up your mind, people. I'd say I have my modem and routers actually across my house here. I have for both computers here, 2 different Ethernet wires running under my house that I kind of stuck up to like the floor, and I have them popping up through the floor here. So far so good here. 3 nice shots. Actually tempted to have a... it still worked. Let's say the Object 257 there, he would have been better off angling his side, to be honest, but I was still going to be able to pen him. The armor on it's good, but it's not indestructible unless oh, I guess almost fired there by accident. Unless someone doesn't know where to aim at you. I do need to start picking this up here and moving a little bit faster. We're tied, but I'm the biggest gun on my team here, to where I need to start making moves and and not playing it safe right now. I really wish my my nose and throat would clear up here. Trying not to. Lose my voice here midstream. Oh god. This is probably not the best move, but I got one tank out. They got the TD out, which is nice. Already spotted, so he's probably maneuvering around a little bit. Thanks, Floyd. So say usually my T30 matches are kind of crappy, but this one's working out pretty decent for me here. I really want to hit the ISM, but we'll get him down to one-shot levels. So hopefully my Tiger can take him out. Maybe. I would hope that my Tiger can penetrate an IS, just sitting right in the front there. I'll help these guys out, take him. At 4k damage so far. We're up by 4, but it's still not completely wrapped up here, given that they still have a Scorpion G and a Tiger. Another kill. Their T-49's back here. He probably start running away though. I'm just gonna pop up here because I might have to start moving to my left. Hello, Tommy Gunn. Nice to see you. Yeah, since I have challenges all today, I decided to drink, I had some coffee and hot chocolate to kind of perk me up a little bit. I think it's working. I swear I'm not like 12. This is gonna be an iffy shot. I just hope I'm not gonna be spotted. Oh, I actually am spotted. Holy hell. At least the T-30 is reloading. But the reason I said we're not out of the woods now, so now we're down by 3, or up by 3, to where they're on the cap, so, you know, we do have to kind of push into them. Our Artie, fortunately, is still alive at the very least. I just hope I don't get hit here. Because if I get taken out, it could just completely come crumbling down. Yep, now we're only up by 2. They're just slowly but surely not really, you know, working together here. T-30 has full HP. This T-49 is able to fire at me without being seen, so most likely he's somewhere that way, but I unfortunately can't spot him, even though I have max view range. His camouflage obviously is a little bit too tough to where really annoying dealing with lights sometimes. I'm not sure how he's actually shooting at me, to be honest, without being spotted, because typically, you know, even if they have camouflage, you're still able to spot them. So now we have a bit of a problem where there's a T-49 here, and honestly, like, I'm basically one-shottable by him if he gets a decent roll. Thank God. That was getting annoying. Like, I knew he could spot me, but being able to fire and not be spotted at the same time was kind of getting a little old there. Can't hit the T-30 right now, but I can hit the ISM. I'm gonna take a pot shot here, and I just missed, unfortunately. Cool, that was a little lucky. That T-30, I knew it was going to be iffy on whether or not he could hit me, but I definitely did that a little close. Don't take any chances. T30 can't kill everyone here. He's looking at the super pershing. And he fired, and that's going to be it for him. I actually needed to get a damaging shot there, but I pulled my shot just a little bit too far one way. Hello, Leonard. Nice to see you. NGG. So far, so good. I don't think the new tanks that were released, honestly, are the most balanced. You know, the armor's a little bit too strong on a lot of them, but, you know, as long as you know the weak spots, you know, you can still kind of deal with them, but they are difficult. Hello, B3. Well, the thing is, the T49, like, he probably was sitting behind a bush pretty far, but I think a few of those shots he wasn't sitting far enough behind to actually see through it plus spot me. But, you know, there are ways to kind of get around that. Got an ace tanker though. Also, you know, Top Gun, Steel Wall Award, High Caliber. Pretty nice match there. I'm glad we didn't blow it. You know, I was playing it slow there, especially towards the end given my HP level. But 4,700 damage, 6 kills. Pretty good match there. Thanks for requesting that, Floyd. Kind of not my typical T30 match. You know, pretty good amount of block and also pretty good amount of assist too. Hello, hello, Doug. Thanks. Nice to see you. Yeah, all in all, pretty good match there. Let me add up or add in something into the chatbot shop there, which I'm still going to be doing, you know, giveaways and stuff during the stream too. So next up, I'm going to have the FV215B up after this. That'll be an interesting tank. It depends on what map I get. This is going to be a little difficult for this guy. I've got to get to 3,750 damage assist and block with this one. Hello, gamer. Well, the T30, luckily I got a map where it's pretty wide open and there's enough hills to where I can kind of, you know, kind of pop the different little hill areas to set up on. And, you know, I got a little lucky with that to where it makes it easier to be able to keep your HP to where, you know, when I start losing HP, I start playing a little bit more loose. A lot of matches you see in the T30 that end very poorly, or, you know, say me, I play a little bit too aggressive, are those that, you know, you're pushing a little bit too close to the enemy early on, and you might get like 1 or 2 big shots, but the enemy knows your gun's not very reliable due to the accuracy, and your DPM, you know, isn't that great, so you get hit once by a T30, then you just push on them and kill them. That's the main problem with the T30. If you can avoid that, it is a good tank. You know, I don't personally like playing it a lot, just because I like the previous T30 heavy tank more. But then again, you know, I'm just stuck back in 2011, 2012. Hello, Alpha Dog. Nice to see you. But again, you know, for today's stream, feel free to request any tanks, guys. Floyd purchased, you know, the Overwhelm Cody with challenges. Not going to be able to get around him. To where every single tank request is a stream, or every single tank request is a challenge today. So with that, you know, at the end of the stream, if I don't reach 1.5 HP total of your tank requests, you get 500 Levi biscuits from it. Floyd gets kind of the total pot from everything too. But basically, as I go through tank requests, I am keeping track of who requested what and who won which one. And I have it on a different word pad here. It doesn't show up on the screen, but I do have a kind of running tally of it. Thanks for tipping Levi Biscuit. Unfortunately, I should have seen that coming, given that I was the first tank spotted, but this is where, like, the FV215B, it can be good, you know, as far as almost playing more like a TD at long ranges. In a map like this, though, and a match like this, to where I'm top tier, there's only 2 tier 10s as far as, you know, actual tanks, you know, discounting SPGs. I can't just sit back and camp. At least, you know, in my opinion, to where I could be completely wrong doing this. I probably am, but this is where the limitations of this tank kind of come out, and they're very apparent. That was actually a really low roll there. Really bad low roll for me. I'm still not already safe, and honestly I left my side open, which is bad. But it's one of those things to where this is one of those tanks that's really hard to play on a lot of maps. And like this one, I could have went to the other side where, you know, I'm going to be able to brawl a little bit, but I'm kind of hoping that I need someone right here. This Skoda needs to just push up a little bit. He doesn't actually need to push, just enough to spot the T54 mod 1 for me. But I took that one extra shot that I didn't want to. Oh, what that guy's angry about. Just, you always have a weak spot on this tank that the enemy can penetrate, even if they're like a tier 8. Unless you have like a boulder or a dead tank on level ground that you're able to drive straight up to it and hide your lower plate. It's just hard to utilize a tank like that. I'm trying to not get myself too far ahead of myself. I don't know how that missed. Just, I feel bad for center right now. It's just I can't push on the T54. I don't know why the Tortoise is wanting to. We can't push on them given it doesn't make sense to push out any further right now. Alright, let's see if I get lucky here. Oh, awesome. At least I kind of blocked that, but not really. It's just trying my best to stay out here for my team, but deflecting shots in this thing is not the easiest thing, and our other side somehow got clobbered. Like, that's not even close over there. I don't know what happened to them, but they probably got RD'd quite a bit, given that we weren't being hit by RD, but holy hell, they got spanked. So I don't think this one looks to be like a good match for me. I know, well, maybe not. It's like, maybe I'm gonna get shot here, but yeah, I guess we're gonna, now he shoots at me. Just, I wanted to be able to push this side, but it just never really came together. But yeah, I unfortunately can't push on the T54, even though we've basically already lost. Trying to at least do something, but I should have went to the other flank, even though I was just going to be kind of a punching bag over there. Alright. Anybody want to shoot me? Oh well. I might as well try to get another shot, but if I get tracked here, I'm pretty much a goner. So, yeah. I was about like 1,000 damage away from getting that one. Alright, so let me add that up to my little list here. That was Matthew who had requested that. So before I move on, let me tip the dogs here. I know Levi. Yep. He's awake and waning. You go, little buddy. Oh. Leave one there for Lily too. Labobo didn't do the challenge today. That was Floyd who bought that. But yeah, I didn't have a very good match, honestly. I should have went to the other side, but it's always tough knowing where to kind of position this. Yeah, Louise, she's taking her morning nap here. Alright, so we have a PZ-34 up next. So I've got to reach... You alright, little dog? 720 damage assistant block here. Do I like anime? Sure. I watch quite a bit of it, to be honest. Hello, Pezmed, nice to see you. Yeah, for whatever reason, I do run out of, tank requests. I'll let you guys know. And, you can request more. Thanks, Leonard, for the ultimate challenge as well. I'll get to that, I'll get to that shortly here. I'll probably do one more regular match before getting to that. Alright, mid-tier matches are always weird playing on Swamp. Like, whereas high tiers, usually you kind of know what's gonna happen. You never know what's gonna happen mid-tiers here. Stimulate the economy, yeah. Fortunately, this doesn't have the best view range out there. I might actually really regret this. But given how my team is setting up... do something a little bit more risky here. The gun on this kind of leaves a little bit of room for improvement when it comes to accuracy. I'm keeping an eye on this KV2 that's going to be behind me. I'm not too worried about the PZ-3NA unless he pushes over. What? Yeah, paid off so far. I got over the 1.5 times here to where mid-tiers, typically it's easier to reach that given the HP values are, much lower compared to like damage that gets pumped out. Awesome. But I decided to push into the swamp, even though it's not, it's not the best area to go. But if your team sets up very heavily, especially in mid-tier matches, on the 8-0 side. You can push out to the center. It's just worrying about this spot here, or if the enemy gets behind you here and your team can't help you. Boom. I'm gonna... Oh, Lord. I'm glad I backed up there. We're only tied, which I'm really hoping this KV2 isn't gonna pop up. That would not be good for my health right now. I don't know which side I want to go around at. Okay. I was like, he is not there. I don't know what I'm thinking, trying to tackle a KV2 in this. No, I can't. I need to use my noggin here and not do that. Well, the swamp, you know, doesn't always work, but it just depends on how your team's going to set up, more or less, to where, you know, putting myself there and having one other guy out there, the enemy trying to push in to kill us, you know, they're going to take a lot more damage than what we take. And at lower tiers, there's not as much HP floating around, so they die really fast, to where, you know, less people are going to basically be able to push in, you know, take a couple shots and kind of move in to overwhelm you. I want to push on the SG-100Y, but the KV2's covering him. Now he's not, though. Okay, that opens up this side for me here. KV2 gets fired too, even though I'm spotted by that tank. I'm still gonna push, because I might be... Never mind. Like, I might be able to do this, but I don't have to. But the gun on this is not exactly the most trustworthy thing here. There's an M5 Stewart somewhere I've got to worry about. But I'm fairly confident I can get him if I push in close here. The PZ-4H in the north has very low HP, but yeah, my problem now is this M5 Stewart. Hello, Carl. Nice to see you. I think I forgot to say hi, Victor. Alright, T80, are you gonna come up with me? This M5's shooting premium. Okay. Or I wasn't too concerned about just getting vaporized, but I knew he could pen me if he actually got a shot. Alright. We're still... We should get this, but the reason I wasn't writing off the PZ-4H is he can one-shot a lot of stuff, but fortunately the 5916 got him out there. A pretty good match though, 1000 damage, 800 assists, a little bit of a block thrown in there too. But got a mastery badge first class. I finally got some crew skills on this too. 2 marks of excellence at this point too. Not bad there. At top 2 damage, and yeah, overall pretty good match there. Thanks for requesting that, Grigsby. Alright, so before I get to the ultimate challenge, I'm gonna pop into, luckily, yeah, let's add some more biscuits to the raffle here. Thanks, Floyd. Alright, so T54E1, then I'll do the ultimate challenge up after that. I forgot to look at how much HP this has. I'd say I'm starting to get to a few more tanks to where most of the tanks that I still have, you know, where I have a few battles in, I'm still at like 30 to 50 battles for most of my tanks to kind of qualify for Marks of Excellence, to where not too many I've hit, you know, even up to like 80 battles since they've come out. So I've got to get to math work for me. 2600-ish. We'll go with that for now. I need to give myself a goal to work to. Okay, at least we have the 705A. Honestly, you usually don't see me say stuff like that, but now in 9.22 and going forward, it's a really important thing to where if you have one of those new Russian tanks on your team, I don't want to say Russian bias because they've been doing it to basically every new tank they've been putting in, more armor creep than anything. It's important because if you actually have, say, a 705A and the Object 430U that actually play their tanks right, they can block a lot of damage for your team, and that's really important with knowing where to set up. I went for the track, I shouldn't have. IS-7 though scares me. Should have gotten 2 more shots off there, but no. Thank you very much, Grigsby, for the tip. So the PZ-34, if you're doing Marks of Excellence, sometimes, you know, with how derpy the gun is, if you can get like a tracking shot, that could go a long way with helping you with those. Basically trying to set up shots for other people. You know, it's not always going to be the case, given that, you know, sometimes you do have to, you know, kill things. You can't rely on people to... I'm going to change my mind here. Yeah, even though the 705A is going to be... The challenge part of me wants to go on the other flank, but the win the match side of me wants me to stay over here. I just know I can push the 2-3 line much better right now than I can over here, but be wasting shots here. Like, I'm almost on the money because I can shoot through these walls, but I'm gonna reload for the hell of it. Yeah, the win to match side of me knows that if we lose the 705A here against the T95 and a Luva here, we'll be screwed. I can't do much in the center against like the IS-7 and stuff unless he decides to pop over here. I'll try to hit him in the lower plate. Thanks, Lobobo. Say my other screen's so full to where sometimes I like pull up a calculator to make sure I'm right. But with my extra word pad being up today, I don't have any kind of free space to utilize. Accuracy on this makes me want to pull my hair out sometimes. Thank you very much, Lobobo, for the tip. I really want this T95 to push. I'm gonna take a little risk here. They can hit me. What they're probably aiming at right now. Luckily I only got hit by one, but now I can hit the T-95 on the side. Even though he's starting to aim my way. That's a smart T-95 there. I got myself in a bit of a pickle now, but only if my team... Crap, how? I did not think he could hit me. But the T-95 can hit me now, which is a pretty big problem. I did not think that this Centurion could pen me. Which luckily he can only hit my track now. But I need someone to spot him. He still can pen me if he pushes up, because I'm the only one capable of spotting him here. I had a small little shot on him. Awesome. That was my main goal though, to get him out. And I accomplished that. Oh no, 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 I'm caught on the chimney. Got myself back just in time. Oh lord, that was close. He wouldn't have killed me, but you know, I definitely don't want to lose HP like that. Unfortunately for me, I don't think I'm gonna win this one just because there's not enough HP left. I still have about one shot's worth if I get a lucky roll to get the challenge done, but it's gonna be a toughie. Don't have a shot on their Artie. Neither do I have a shot in the Skoda. Skoda, jump down. Jump down this way. That's my only chance, honestly. That person obviously uses XVM and thinks that we're gonna lose this one. Ah! I think I lost it by a few. That's a heartbreaker, because I played that pretty darn well. I had to get to what, 2,625, and I got to 2,605. Well, congrats on winning that, Lobobo and Floyd. I lost that by 20, and I played that pretty well. I missed a couple little shots. The Centurion, I missed 2 or 3 shots that actually 0 damage crit him, which was the difference there. But oh well. Master Bad second class though. That's the downside of the T-54E1. Aside from the lack of armor, is the gun accuracy is kind of trolly. Top 3 damage though. Surprisingly, I thought this guy would get more damage, but he was kind of bunkered down by the T-95. Alright, so let me get... I have an ultimate challenge coming up next here. Pull up the wheel. Hello, Mizka and Tank. Nice to see you guys. Quick. I tank on? So I'm gonna have to play for an ultimate challenge here. A tier 8 tank. So Leonard purchased an ultimate challenge. I have to play a tier 8, and I've got to do 2.5 times the HP total of the tank there. Steven, I played the ISM for my first battle to where I'm still on the fence. My initial reaction is the tank is a little bit of a clunker, especially when you're facing off against higher tiers, and I do know it's a terrible stock grind. Alright, so for an ultimate challenge, why don't I I think, is the Liberté for sale? I might pick that just because sometimes, you know, I try to pick tanks that, you know, are on sale or people are kind of interested in seeing. I thought it was for sale. I'm not sure. I did pick this up, but I don't have it equipped yet. Let's see. I'm definitely not picking the Scorpion G since I have a choice in this. But why don't I actually... This is going to shock most people. I'm going with the T-32 here. So I've got to get to 2.5 times the HP total of the tank. So I got to get to 3,875 here. Hello, Mr. Bone. Nice to see you. Sorry that the circle's a little bit too much sometimes for your Bone. Hello, nice guy. Nice to see you. Oh, as I was say, I was able to pull a calculator up there for this one. Alright, so T-32, tier 10 match, which makes it a little bit harder, but I'm going to try my best to work out over on this side. The Yag Tiger 8.8, I wouldn't say it's undergunned, so you have to take into account the preferential matchmaking to where it does lack a little bit of penetration compared to, say, like the Ferdinand Yag Panther 2. However, you know, you have better accuracy, higher rate of fire, but, you know, the main problem with that tank is it's a little bit slower, and armor-wise, the armor is pretty good. I don't know why he decided to shoot me out of all tanks, but whatever. The armor, you know, it's pretty good. It's just, you know, people know kind of where to pen that thing, or they just swap over to premium. That's kind of the main downside of it, to where it's balanced at tier 9 because it has a much better gun, but at tier 8 with the premium, the lack of mobility plus a little bit of gold spam definitely hurts the tank. This is going to be a leap of faith here, but I picked the T-32 kind of hoping I'd get a map to where I could kind of spot and hold down. I can't do that here unless... unless I don't get hit by that, but I definitely picked a bad spot to pop out at that very moment. The T-34, or not the T-34, T-110E4, I don't even know where he penned me, but an APCR round can go through a lot of this tank's armor, even with it being as good as it is. Had the Pershing. I thought he was hull down there, so I had an AP. Stop shooting me, Artie! Artie's like the bane of my existence when I'm trying to do challenges, which unfortunately here, like, I can deal with getting hit by the T-110E4, but Artie here now focusing on me is the bigger concern of the two, because, you know, it basically just whittles me down to nothing without me being able to accomplish anything. Which, you know, it just stinks when I do challenges and, you know, one Artie kind of locks onto you, but I don't mind getting hit by Artie unless, you know, my team doesn't really make the most out of it. Really? You're gonna go drive into the water? Please don't have APCR. I feel like he's gonna have APCR, or not. Well, thanks for the challenge, though. I only got to a little over 20-something hundred, so definitely failed this one, but that's my fault for... I pushed out a little bit too far there in the beginning, but it happens. But basically with this map, you know, until it changes with the HD map, winning this flank almost always decides the match, just because the town's typically hard to make any headway in. So unfortunately for us, you know, with most of our tanks outside of the 430U and like the Conway being over here, with myself, we just didn't really have much of a chance over here. Well, but congrats, Leonard, on winning the challenge there. So next up, I have quest kind of fixed here. Add in the new tank request. Well, yeah. Well, one thing, like sometimes, which I guess I do have a T30 here as a regular request too, or a T32. I didn't even see that, to be honest. MW. So I'll get back into that again and play another match in it after. Let me get to the T34 here. I'm doing pretty well though, Scrub. And hello, Grimland. Thanks for, you know, buying one, Leonard. I credit, you know, all the biscuits and stuff after streams too, so I'll have that up by the next stream here. Oh, I forgot to check my rating, honestly, in this. Yeah, I'll take a look at it after the battle. Thanks, B3, for reminding me about that. How long do I think it'll take him to nerf the Object 257? I honestly, like, I think the armor on the 257 is definitely, I don't want to say broken, but it's unbalanced just for a lot of tanks, and especially newer players. Out of the tanks released, though, I think the Object 257 is the least likely to actually be nerfed. I think Wargaming is more likely to go through with overmatch changes like they had planned to about 2 years ago, and people got really pissed off at them about it. I know it wasn't perfect, but you know, I do think it would be better if they had gone through with it. Awesome. Granted, it's a low roll, but out of, you know, the new tanks, I think the Object 257, albeit a very good tank, is probably the one least likely to be nerfed. I'm trying to be careful with not saying anything that'll get anybody angry here, because, you know, the side armor on it is basically broken, but the other parts of the tank, it's no more broken than, say, the T10 Heavy, because the gun on it, the mobility, like the frontal armor and stuff, it's comparable to what the T10 Heavy was. I know it's better than the T10 Heavy when it comes to a lot of things, but it's mainly just the side armor on that tank that's broken, to where I think the greater concern comes with the armor on the Object 268 version 4. You have the armor on the Object 705A, Object 430U, stuff like that, that they're more likely than the 257, I feel like, to get a little bit of a nerf. And from that, I think most likely we'll get see changes to the Object 268 version 4. That's the least balanced tank, I feel like, this patch, just giving the frontal armor on top of the mobility that it has. Because basically it's, if you don't angle the tank and just drive forward at full speed, it's one of the best ramming tanks in the game, honestly, given the thickness of the frontal armor against anything that's not a super heavy. Let me just say that. It's just, the thing can bum rush medium tanks and light tanks and stuff and just ram them, pop them for a big high shot with its gun, and they can't penetrate the thing unless you hit it in the cupola and you have a over a 255mm pen roll. That hurt. Another match with Artie focusing on me, but not too concerned with taking damage here just yet. I just didn't want him to get behind me. I'm more concerned about them resetting the cap, where I hope that our Artie, like, we have a FV207 that can reset the cap with his shell trajectory, but get my loader back up. I was just saving it just in case like I got a random arty shot on me again. Really? A critical hit? I didn't really aim the best I could have there, but I was still almost dead center on his back. Got that. Be very nice if this WZ could help me out with this, because I do not want to actually drive that way completely. No, I shouldn't have went forward at all. But this KV-13 is definitely outspotting me here. I'm hesitant to leave this side because we should be fine on the other side. If they just reset them, we'll be okay. That person's really angry in the chat. Not even gonna bother reading all that. Crap, I don't have a shot. The arty shot though. Thank God I got a little bit of a high roll there. This T-49 though is definitely not so Canadian to where he's really mean for pushing on me here. Yeah, and I'm a goner. I stupidly pushed out in the center and with no cover. I should have been a little bit more careful and pushed over this way. But unfortunately, we're just losing a lot of tanks for not too much gain. Still don't know how, like, as far as resetting the cap, this guy unfortunately is like lagging out, he said. Don't know what's going on there though. But just knowing the FE207, he can hit here and splash them, but oh well. Just a little bit of a mistake in the T-34 where I should have, instead of start pushing this way, once I killed the Centurion, I did need to go to the cap, given I don't know why people fail with resetting the cap, because all you have to do, you know, is just basically spot them for arty, let them reset, and basically play it safe. Rushing in and dying when you know you can't win unless you absolutely have to reset is not the best way to go. But I should have played it closer to the edge of the map and I would have been better. Hey, here we go. But yeah, unfortunately we lost Fisherman's Bay too, but most amount of damage on my team and in the match. And yeah, unfortunately we didn't really play too well as a team there. But I had forgot to look at the stats for the T-34 after last stream. Thanks again, B3, on reminding me, which I did get above the challenge level there. So I need it to, alright, it'll be easier if I just go here. Because I finally got that one battle in to get it ranked. So T-34, a little bit lower than I thought, but still in the top 500 here. So I'm happy about that. But yeah, the next tank I have up to, you know, because I don't play a lot. I don't play a lot of tanks enough to actually qualify. I guess, you know, I kind of ran out of spots to see ones that need more battles, but the Scorpion G, you know, I kind of wish I could improve that to get in the top 500. I have a T-32 up again here. This is going to be the standard challenge where I have to do 1.5 times the HP total here. Let me start a giveaway here. Winner gets 900 Levi biscuits. The FE 4202. Like if you have both of those, you know, you could trade one in. That makes sense. The FE 4202. They have, you know, rebalanced it a bit. I haven't played it a lot. Let me note that to where you might want to look at some other stuff about it. But as far as the matches I've played in it, playing against them, and knowing like the general stats of it, I would say like if you're going to use it for crew training, it's worth it. If you need it for like credit grinding and stuff, it's probably not the best. Like say if you stack it against say like a Prima Victoria, it would be better to have a Prima Victoria. Basically even like a Lorraine 40T I would like over it. But as far as performance goes, you know, you're getting a tank that fights basically mid-range, hold down. The armor on it's decent while hold down, but it's not going to protect you against, you know, higher tiers that well, unless it's like tier 9 mediums and stuff shooting at you, or like lights and stuff. But you know, it's not a bad tank. It's, you know, it's a tank that definitely, you know, if you're against higher tiers, I would say it's a little bit more frustrating to play, only because it can be a little bit difficult with actually being like a, say, a threat to, crap, a threat to higher tier tanks. But if you're worried about like performance wise, it's not any worse or any better than say the average tier 8 medium tank. But I would definitely say just get that if you need it for a crew trainer. I wouldn't go out of your way to get that though. Fortunately for us here, we're gonna not really want to push further, and some of them did that. Says I can't deal with a lot of these tanks that are over here given their armor. Like I've got APCR loaded here, but now this T-34 flanked to the side, which is not gonna bode well for me. I still can pen him. I was gonna swap over to HE and just start chucking HE at people, but at least I'm gonna keep this guy honest. I can spot him, so no worries there. Him sneaking up on me. I would like a little bit more gun depression, but I guess here comes the Super Conquerors pushing. I don't have a shot over on him, which them pushing into the 263 is going to be a pretty big blow for us. They're starting to push in here. Sorry, 263. I can't really do too much to help you there, bud. I don't know why in a tank with no turret and no side armor you would push into the ditch there. It's exactly what he did there, especially when we kind of knew that we were a little bit weak on this side. Of course we sat back. It doesn't make sense to push. Like, the tanks we had down here weren't going to win against theirs in a straight up fight. It's just basically bleeding time out and letting the other flank kind of push through like they are. Granted, you know, it's not the best tactic to always lean on, but it's better than rushing in a tank that can't fight in that situation. Obviously, the T-32 is not my lucky tank today. Granted, that can be said a lot of times about the T-32, but yeah, I still like playing it. It's definitely not an easy tank to play, but you still can pull off a little bit of everything with it. It's just getting damage with the gun is definitely the most challenging part of it. I'd pop over here, however, the problem with that is they still have like the T-34 back there. Shouldn't have shot that. I thought I was going to be able to catch his hull, but I didn't. He did just blow his repair kit though. This 263 is a very big problem if he actually gets over to where he can hit my hull. But I have enough people coming back to where they should help me if they decide to push to the left of the bridge. If they kill me that way, then, you know, it's not my fault that my team didn't help me. I kind of sound like the Object 263 now, don't I? I was about to say, I can take a shot here. Yeah, they pulled back here. But yeah, I can almost guarantee that they pulled back to their cap. .263's there. I would say the Super Conqueror went back this way. T-34 probably went back as well, and the T-10 is more that way as well. Congrats, Mr. Bone, on winning the raffle. I thought the Prima Victoria was going back on sale. If it might be in the premium shop now, but yeah, I don't think you can trade in for them if I'm not mistaken. But you know, if you're gonna use it as a crew trainer, the FE4202, it's not bad to pick up. It's just if you're just purely looking for like that style of tank to play, the Primo is better, but it's still splitting hairs. Like the FE4202, a lot of the bad rep it gets comes back from when it used to be a tier 10, and initially when they rebalanced it, they didn't do a very good job at shoehorning it in at tier 8. Alright, we're honestly going to struggle here, but I'm gonna, it's just our Strev is kind of called out. I can't go up high. Hello, Ray, nice to see you. Swapping over to HE here, to be honest, because I can't pen the Super Conqueror. Unless I can hit him on the hull, which will be few and far between here. I can deflect him though, at the very least. I think I just might have pissed him off by hitting him with HE. Zero damage. Don't know if I got to the challenge level, but you know, I'm not gonna stupidly push out when I didn't need to. I probably should have just picked the EP here, but he's gonna be dead before I get to him, most likely. Or not. Ah! I missed a shot by a hair. I forget what I had to get to. Whoopsie daisy. I had to get to, what is it, 2,325, I think it was. So, yeah, 1550. So, unfortunately, damage-wise, I was pretty low, only 573. Experience-wise, a little bit better, given that I did assist with a little bit. So, as far as the challenge goes, and I lost quite a bit of credits because I was chucking some APCR, but it has to be expected when you're not top tier in a T32. Yeah, I got over it by just a little bit there. So thanks, you know, for the T32 request. There, I just barely inched it out MW for that one. Yeah, I need to not play the T-32 again. At least for today. Because that's one tank where I tend to use a little bit more APCR than I probably should. Alright, so Tiger 2 is up next here. 1600 HP. So I gotta get to 2400 damage assist and block. Hello, Dad Dog. Nice to see you. I'm doing well. Yes, it's everything combined. It was a little bit hard before where, like, initially I had two different, like, values to where if a tank had armor or not, you know, is say like 2x and then 2.5 times, but you know, it's difficult on the fly to always like change that. So basically it's all three stats that are counted in the bottom left here, you know, damage, assist, and block. If I ever do arty, not that I've ever done an arty challenge, that includes, you know, assist via stun damage. Another tier 10 match, which unfortunately, you know, tier 10 matches now, if you're bottom tier and an 8 or a 9, are that much tougher, you know, with the new Russian tanks at tier 10. But, you know, it's gonna be interesting. I think Wargaming will cave and rebalance a little bit, but it's tough to say when or what they're gonna do. Like, I'm personally still I'm seeing where I want to go here. I think I'm gonna head to the hill. I'm still personally in the mindset that if they basically, I made a forum post before going live here too, and like, say over the past couple years, like, they've mostly focused on balancing and adding in tanks to tier 9. Whew, nice tier 9 and 10 with tier 8 as well, kind of up there too, to where most of the time they haven't really touched older tank lines. Alright, there's no way that he should be shooting me here, because these guys should be spotting this area. I'm a little bit angry there. Like, I get the T-32 getting hit, but there's no reason why that Lorraine 40T should be unspotted in the center. Like, he's literally just sitting in a spot that he should have been spotted instantly, but nobody ever pushed up there, even though they had a lot of tanks in the center. But so basically, I feel like if they're adding, say, a new high tier tank in the game, they should at least rebalance at minimum 1, but if not, like 2 or 3 older tanks in the game. So take for example the ISM. They added in a new tier 8 this patch. They should rebalance T-32, and let's go with, what's another crappy tier 8? Let's say the Tiger 2. Not that the Tiger 2 is that bad, it's just it doesn't really fit into how a heavy tank plays, given it's yeah, it's kind of outside of like mobility, size, and stuff. It's kind of more like a medium given the gun on it. Kind of meant to play a little bit further away from the battle. You're not getting any spots out of us, guys, because honestly, you know, none of us are able to spot that except for maybe the T-32. If I was in the Object 430U, that's where I would have went, because that tank can actually spot there without taking a ton of damage. But unfortunately, you know, not spotting the center and then expecting our side to spot the hill doesn't work out that way. Ooh, my god. That could have just ended me, but this is a scary sight to see. Thank god I got a little spotting damage there. He has no fire extinguisher, or maybe a manual one. Where I can pen these guys. You can pen them on both cupolas, and the cupolas are fairly large, respectively. You know, they're not gigantic like, say, the AMX M49 Liberté, but they are large enough to where you can hit them in a gun like this. Hello, Nietzsche, nice to see you. Don't know what you're saying, but hello nonetheless. Trying to keep them spotted a little bit, but see how well that works. Keeping in mind that my arty may or may not be loaded too, so. But I feel like if Wargaming balance, if they do want to like buff tanks as far as like getting to a slightly higher value on armor or whatever they're doing with newer tanks, I'm fine with that, but they do need to address older tanks as well, which this is not going to go over well for me here unless I can track him and he doesn't have a repair kit. But he does, so unfortunately I'm going to lose this one. Unless he's gonna ram me here. That was not the best. And he bounced too. Holy hell. I don't know how I made it out of here alive. I don't think I'm gonna be alive for much longer, but I somehow survived that whole debacle. Oh god. This their arty can kill me. Don't ram me, please. Not that he has a high chance to cause damage to me, but it's still greater than 0. Don't know if I'm gonna get to the challenge level here, because I'm just looking at it and I'm still short, and I can't get up this, which I think was my. There's a T92 if I can get him. I shouldn't have shot. I could have got him. I hate myself. Come on, 257. Come at me, bro. No. I got a little spotting damage. I should have shot HE at him, to be honest, but this other 257 can actually shoot me. Is the scary part. Come on. But he's, I would say he's still. Which oh god, he could aim at me there. I just barely got over the challenge level, I think. I had to get to 2,400, I believe. And I just, yeah, I barely got over there, over it there at the end with the spotting. Or at least I think it's that. All right, well, I barely inched by on that one. Alright, so let me cross that off there. But Mastery Badge 3rd class, got a Spartan Award. I got a little lucky that T-54, when he shot me, when I was backing down the hill, I feel like he hit my upper glacis and it bounced off instead of hitting my lower glacis. But you know, as far as experience, towards the middle of the pack, even though damage-wise I didn't do very well at all, it's telling no. Granted, you know, a lot of people were playing the new Russian tanks. Top 3 tanks on our team were all new Russian tanks. But still a pretty good match. I spotted a little bit and did a little bit of damage to where, for a tier 8 and a tier 10 match like that, I didn't do too poorly. So I have a Hellcat up next here. So with the Hellcat, what do we got here? I'll figure it out. I'm gonna keep a calculator open here. I'm not very good at doing like quick math in my head. I like math, but Ryan's the math one of our relationship here. If I have to do 855 damage, assist, and blocked, not that I'm gonna get any block damage in this. Wait, the Chinese server, I don't even count it as being a real server, to be honest, just because Wargaming doesn't actively run it, and you know, they basically sell a lot of stuff over there that they shouldn't. Basically, the one thing that does come out of the Chinese server that I like is, love it or hate it, you know, the Chinese tanks are in the game because of the Chinese server. If there was no Chinese server, honestly, I could see us having like the Chinese light slash mediums and also the heavy tank line, but that's about it. To where, you know, they got the TDs recently, and not that anyone plays them because, you know, while they're not bad, you know, they're basically the same as the Object 268 line, more or less. Most likely, if there ever is another SPG line coming to the game, Chinese server would be getting, you know, getting us the Chinese SPGs first, which, you know, not all the Chinese tanks are like real, to where a lot of them are basically blueprints, or in the case of the TDs and the SPGs, basically gun testing platforms where they tested it like a specific gun on like an old chassis, which is why the TDs look, you know, pretty much like Russian clones. This is going to be a toughie for me, even though I don't have to hit much as far as getting to the challenge. It's more or less difficult because, you know, I'm bottom tier here. Artie's probably looking at me too. I don't know if this FV4202 is going to pop back up, but very nice if he did, but I'm very tempted to actually move me over to the center area, kind of. Lost the tank there. Yeah, I'm gonna head over here. It's tough to say where I want to go just because I don't have that much HP or armor to work with. He didn't turn his gun towards me, so kind of deduced that he was not going to be shooting me right away unless I hit him and got his attention. Aim with this LTTB, but fortunately for you, you don't have a rock in front of you. I thought you would have done that after my first shot. Oh yeah, we do have an ELC back near to Artie, but oh god, I don't know why I'm getting lag spikes here. That's strange. I was making sure OBS wasn't like crashing and on fire over there. Is where definitely risking a little bit by pushing out here. I know I'm spotted. There he is. Even before that already hit me, because there's still tanks over there. Is he gonna run straight back? Nope, he's gonna stay there. Hey, I don't even need premium to pop through you. Alright, E25. We have this if we work together. and he ran away. So all this FV4202 is gonna do is turn around. Yeah. Like, we're still getting shot by Artie, dude. Hitting help isn't gonna do anything. Everyone else is tied up to where he's literally just running around and playing right into what this FV202 needs us to do. Because I can't push in to get underneath the bridge, and I'm just gonna get artied. So unfortunately, I lost the challenge. Thank you very much, E25, to where had he just stayed here and the FV4202, he was chasing him, I was just gonna push up right with him, and we could have killed him basically before he got a second shot off. But once he started running away, and I can't push there because the FV202 would have killed me, he basically lost that for us, and hopefully it doesn't come back to bite us and we lose the match. But yeah, unfortunately I would have gotten that challenge had he not basically screwed me over there. He was too busy pressing the help button to even notice that, you know, a Hellcat can't really turn on a dime like that and run away. Oh well. So next tank I have here for a challenge is the AMX 5100. So 1400. I gotta get to 2100 HP and damage the system block here. Which hello, Leith, nice to see you. And Nikki, nice to see you. I do have a E100, yes. And thanks for tipping Levi to Victor. Hello, CJ, nice to see you. Great. There you go, Lily. I knew he was ready for a biscuit right down there. Right. Oops. Which, for anyone still wondering, I'm still working on getting the helmets into the chatbot shop. I haven't had any time to really finish what I need to do to them to actually be able to wear them. I can wear the one, but you know, right now I haven't gotten a headset fully set up with it. Fortunately today I have to dog sit another dog, so I'm up to 3 dogs now. And not at this house though. Because a lot of people have decided to go to the Eagles victory parade, which honestly, like, I'm not too into sports, but Ryan was telling me to where their school actually, they're out so many teachers today. So they have about, I think, a little over 100 teachers, she said, that where about, I think it's 20 to 30 of them called out. And like the school even, you know, basically told them, like, you know, we're not going to hold it against you, but you have to like give us notice. And they don't have enough substitutes to cover, so it's like almost a lost day at school because they're not able to basically cover everything. But it's just, it's crazy to where I honestly, even if I like sports, I wouldn't basically screw over the job that I'm at to go to a parade. But I just think it's crazy. But today basically everywhere around Philadelphia is like shut down and nothing's going on because of that. Set up here because I was kind of hoping the ISM would push, but we are a little bit weak on this side until the 3 heavies decide to push up. The bunny's doing all right. Fortunately, like, I kind of feel a little bad for it because, you know, it's outside, but it's got, you know, a pen and everything to run around in and stay warm. But It doesn't like let me pick it up or anything. You know, it lets me like maybe pet it for a second, but otherwise it just kind of runs around and kind of kicks dirt at me. But I feel like we have a mutual understanding that I give it food, I make sure its water's fine, and like everything's cleaned up, and I kind of leave it be. Waiting for him to fire. Okay, he actually did the right thing and pulled back. I can pen it, even with it side scraped. It's just I need to get a little bit further out. He's definitely, you know, going to be able to hit me here, but I'm going out on a limb here and hoping that we can finish this ISM off before we lose everything behind us. Fortunately, I have so many enemies around me here to where I'm going to take this shot from the 112, but I think unless I get tracked here, IS-6, we need to run, dude. I'm sorry, IS-6, but literally, I can't help you. I've got such a long reload on this thing, and I can't fight against all those, so I'm just going to honestly run away. Feel really bad doing it to him, but it's not going to make sense for me to do that and basically sit there without having any shots at all. Yep. Thank you, Artie, for that little love tap there. Fortunately now, this guy has a chance to kill me. Thank you. I was not expecting the Artie to be aiming at me, of all people, but I guess I had that coming. There is a light now. Oh lord. And a Yag Tiger. Damned if I do, damned if I don't. Basically wherever I go. Let's start aiming back this way. I got one more shot, but that's why you don't see too many people playing the AMX 5100 unless you're grinding it, because it's just a reload in between magazines. It doesn't work a lot of times. That guy obviously really hates me. You know, it just has such a long reload, you can't help people in between it, but oh well. I did 2k damage. Unfortunately, I didn't get to the challenge level though. So congrats, Scrub, for that. That one. Is it hard to ace tanks? It depends. Like, you know, all you need is, you know, one good match to get an ace, but it's definitely, compared to like marks of excellence, I would say it's easier to get an ace in a tank than get like a 3 mark. But you know, I put it up in, if you're asking because I have it in my title over on Twitch, you know, not too many people have, say, the amount that I do, because a lot of people just kind of plow through a tank and then sell it. Anyway, up next I have a WZ-111-5A here. I've got to get to 3,300 damage the system block here, which I'll start a raffle most likely after this match here. Sorry to bring up football for a few of you guys. That's all good, Scrub. Hello, JT. Nice to see you. Yeah, right now Levi only has one new toy left. And it's actually he has, it's a chef hog, so it's a hedgehog, but has like a little chef hat and everything on it. He has one of them, but we bought him a second one, since he really loves that one a lot. So I'm kind of holding it hostage, the second one. We still need to go get him a few more too. But yeah, there is, you know, there's one left as far as giving Levi a new toy there. Hello, driver, nice to see you. Yeah, Lily, you probably saw her. She's now taking a nap on the floor. But yeah, I'm watching her since someone's on vacation. I'm gonna head out this side. We'll see if the smart decision in the end, but I've been shying away more from the 2-3 side unless I'm in a tank with like a lot of armor and it's slow and stuff, because it's harder to actually do anything over there outside of just like hold your own and take shots on enemy tanks that make mistakes. You can't push it as hard as you used to because people actually know how the flank works now. That's not good, Leonard. Well, are you able to watch on Twitch? I do stream on both. Which, today, Twitch is actually holding like a, I guess, like informal press conference, I would say. It's basically just like a release on a couple updates to their like terms of service and stuff, to where if they remove the stupid clause for affiliates where you can't dual stream, I might be able to do more stuff on Twitch, because right now, you know, I don't accept any of the affiliate stuff. I'm not a partner, so there's only so much I can do on it. So we'll see. YouTube's always going to be my main place to stream now. I don't see that changing anytime soon. Banking on there not being a giant TD here. There could be, but there's no arty, so the risk is, it's about 50-50 here. Can't get hit by that TD yet. Guy's making me pull really far out. I was just really concerned because I saw this E4. But I needed to get that hit in the shot before, because now he's moving again. 705A should be able to get him, but 430U though, once you can see his lower plate, you're good. Our other side though is just getting overwhelmed, which is not too surprising. That's what typically happens over there. Will I get one more shot? Oof. He did get me though. TVP. I was trying to track him. Alright. Please don't push me. I feel like we're gonna have enough people going right up the A line. With the two of them. Where I'm gonna stick with this group and push. My goal is, I don't want to push too far south, but I'm gonna get right out on top of this little area here. Which I'll catch up on chat in a moment here. Honestly, I don't want to just be a heat spammer, but I think I'm gonna have to go with that. Oh lord, especially with this tank in front of me. Someone please kill him. Thank you. There's just so many tanks with armor that's left to where we're up by 7, fortunately, but as far as potentially getting a challenge done here, definitely going to need to actually pen things, because I still have about half of what I need to get to go. which I don't think I'm gonna get it. I needed to get the assist damage on the 705A. Oh well. Well, congrats on this, Mr. Bone. I still have, yeah. I need to get every single piece of that to actually get it. Pretty good match by my team though, but unfortunately sometimes if your team's doing very well, it's hard to, you know, get a lot yourself, and I should have peeled off instead of going for basically the TVP. I should have peeled off and started heading towards the center a little bit sooner. But at least we got a W. But yeah, our team, almost everyone got over 1,000 damage there. So it's a pretty good match as far as that goes. Right, so I've got a grind up next. Let's go with... I go with the TVP VTU here. Got to get to 2,175 damage assistant block here. Hello, Andrew. Nice to see you. But yeah, as far as, you know, the stuff with YouTube and Twitch, if you're a Twitch partner, you can dual stream on both. However, you have to specifically like contact Twitch, and basically they take a higher cut of, you know, your basically money that you get through Twitch if you want to do that. If you're an affiliate on Twitch though, it's strictly against the rules to where they don't actively enforce it right now, unless like it's a, I guess like one of the larger affiliates doing it and someone reports them. But basically a lot of people just do it and think Twitch is never going to enforce it. But if they ever do, basically you lose your whole account and you're never going to be part of the Twitch affiliate or partner program again. So they're running a pretty big risk there. Me, I dual stream on both, but you know, I like YouTube to where it doesn't restrict you. I think I've said it before though, to where when it comes to like not even just like streaming and stuff, but in general, I think companies that lock in like exclusive clauses and prevent you from using like a competitor, it's more out of fear than, you know, them, or no, it's more them being fearful that their product doesn't hold up to another one's than it making sense otherwise. But one of the little reasons, so the other day, I forget his name specifically, it's like Dr. Disrespect or something. He started streaming again on Twitch, and he's one of the more popular streamers, and he actually crashed Twitch as far as there's so many people, I guess, chatting and viewing his one stream that it took Twitch down, or at least his whole channel or something, for a short period of time. It's one reason why I liked YouTube, because Google has a lot more infrastructure when it comes to YouTube as a whole compared to Twitch. This guy can just literally sit there and they won't be able to touch him. Where there's, you know, there's not a huge chance of that happening compared to Twitch. But, you know, they both have their ups and downs. Thoughts on the Object 257? You know, I think the side armor is poorly implemented, but out of all the newer tanks, you know, it's definitely, barring the side armor, it's not like crazy overpowered, because I look at it as just, you know, a slightly worse T10 as far as like damage dealing potential goes. But you do have better frontal armor, but it's definitely not invincible. It's just the side armor is poorly implemented, giving the overmatch. Yeah. Like, I just stupidly shot him too low there. I needed to aim higher. Wanted to track that guy. He was popping out and giving me shots. Ah, crap. Oh lord. No, 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 no. This is not good. I thought I was gonna roll down here where I want it to go. Of course, Artie's focused on me now. I'm not surprised though. But you can still get around the 257's armor if you know where to aim. It's just, you know, it's a little bit dumb as far as if you are just basing it off of like other tanks and stuff, you're not going to be able to deal with it very well. Yeah, I should have positioned myself a little bit lower there, but that's more TVPU kind of. TVP VTU kind of sucks when it comes to Evis basically hit me right in the turret, but oh well. Congrats on winning this one, Mojo. Lost another one here. I wasn't exactly feeling that tank that much, to be honest, if you could tell it. I don't know why I picked it. Alright, so I have a Kronwagen here coming up. Let me pull up the raffle too. So I gotta reach 3k damage assist and blocking this guy. Well, Mr. Bone, like, there's only about a 30-second delay between me and you guys on YouTube. Twitch is a little bit lower, around like 15 seconds or so, with how I have them set up, but I don't read chat like instantly a lot of times, especially when I'm playing. So, like, if I'm in a match, I'm focusing a little bit more in the match than just reading the chat the entire time. So that's why I don't always respond right away, but I try my best to. Well, as far as this, right now I've only lost 7 of them, so it's about 50-50 right now. But for the person purchasing them, I will say, you're most likely never going to get back like the purchase price completely, but it's more to make a stream of, a little bit more fun. And you see me play a little bit differently at times because, I'm not just like, say, chai sniping or getting damaged, not trying to win, but I will play a little bit differently and basically approach winning a match a little bit differently than I usually do. A little bit more people in the center than I thought we would, but really not liking seeing all those guys. But granted, I'm either gonna pen them or I'm not, to be honest. You can't pen the turrets or the cupolas on the 430U. Keep that in mind if you're facing them. If you're shooting the turret, make sure you have either premium or, like, even the cupolas will honestly bounce premium heat. That's how ridiculous they are. Premium, HE, or not HE, heat. Why do you have no fire extinguisher? I hate people that don't carry them. one of the worst things I think you can do in the game, but yep, so many people see, you know, this so-and-so streamer or good player doesn't carry them and they carry food. Well, you have to be ready to deal with the downsides that come with that. I don't think it's worth it. Well, that's one thing, like, you know, I try to put a lot of stuff in the shop, you know, for people to buy, whether people want to spend them or not, or just kind of hoard them. You know, I try to come up with different things from time to time. I can't ditch this guy because he's, you know, kind of all by himself here. Crap. Kind of got me interested in shooting you with that lower plate for a second. The Object 430U though, I saw a pretty good comparison someone made of it, to where it's honestly like having an E75 hull, you know, in a much smaller size, and having like an IS-7 turret on the top. I knew I was going to be hit here, but really need to get him out. Yep, it's starting to take too much damage here. Yeah, I should keep going back this way. I should have honestly gotten heat loaded up here. Okay. Where are you going? Oh god, oh god, oh god, not good. Just, yep. A little bit screwed here. There we go. Whew. My gun fixed. Did just get over the challenge level I had to hit though. And basically, to finish that thought, the 430's gun is basically like getting the gun on the 121. Congrats, Matthew, on winning the raffle. I can't pen the Object 268 V4 if I come across him. I don't know if they're over this way. I think it was around the corner, but right now, you know, having a lot of TDs left on my team, they're not really too keen on pushing. Awesome. Say my audio levels are off. They should be pretty well. Granted, I was just mumbling a little bit. I'm having a little bit of trouble with allergies today, but yeah, hopefully my audio is fine. A lot of times I have people say that my in-game volume's too low and my voice, you know, it's not loud to begin with, but pretty sure I can get across. I probably should have reloaded, but we still can lose this. Which just, yeah, I hope we don't, but we still can. I should have taken a shot when I had it, but the IS-7 though, I was worried about facing him because he was gonna push right into me, and had he done that, I couldn't pen him and have heat load it. But we really need to start playing as a team now. Like, I am honestly worried that we're gonna lose this because we have so many TDs in the center still. Yeah, I can't actually deal with this guy. I kind of forgot I only had 3 shells too. Crap, he got a big hit there. Now we got 2 of these in front of me. Oh god. I only can pen them on the cupola. and the lower plate. Outside of that, I can't pen this guy in the front. And the lower plate, I only can pen him on a very small bit on the bottom. I know where I need to hit these things, but actually doing it is another thing. This silly armor. Gonna die here. Ooh, he's gonna die here. It's just, honestly, we're gonna lose this. Hate to say it, but I don't think I'm gonna. Oh, that, never mind. That just pushed us ahead just by a little bit. But like, those things are just crazy. Doesn't help that I'm in one of the like lowest overall pen tier 10s there is, but there we go. I didn't want another match where we blew it at the end, but that was frustrating. I don't carry a lot of heat on this, which a lot of people typically do, because the accuracy and pen on the Kranwagen's a little bit lackluster compared to some others, but I might have to start upping it just given these new Russian tanks. Top 3 damage though. Luckily he got that big hit in, but the enemy was camping hard with their TDs and our TDs were camping hard. Difference was at the end we almost blew it because our TDs didn't really push in, which, alright, so I've got a French TD here. Did get past that though. Alright. So if anyone does want to request any more tanks, I'll definitely take one from you, Floyd, since you bought the thing first. You know, feel free. I can probably take a few more requests here. Oh, okay. That's kind of what I thought you meant too, Chaz. Yeah, that's one thing to where the damage sound, especially if I'm zoomed in close to a tank, it is a lot louder than like if I'm zoomed out and there's no like individual like value for it. Well, matchmaking. Did I break it? Hello, Louie. Come on, matchmaking. You can do it. Sand River. Can't get on the wall? James? Which, did someone, I remember someone asking about the E100, but I never got like a formal request for it. Which, Bill, I can add the UDAs. I just forget who asked about the E100, given how I'm doing the stream today. If you can, Bill, type exclamation point request, press space, then type a tank request like the UDAs there. That's usually how I take requests. You can see it right over the mini-map. It just helps me pick them out from chat. And today, if I lose a tank request, so I have to deal a certain amount of damage based on the HP, you get some stream currency back. The ELC even, you know, I don't think it's very good, but if you go into it knowing that it's mainly just a scout tank, then it is a good scout, like passive scout or stuff like that, and it's really hard to hit given its size. But it is difficult to actually deal damage, especially if your team isn't doing well or you're on a smaller map. So it's probably not as bad as some videos make it out to be. Like, I made a video like reviewing it, and compared to other like tier 8s, it's definitely harder to play than some, but it's not like you're completely helpless. It's just your DPM's atrocious, but your gun, you can still do little bits of damage, you know, just only 660-ish damage at a time, depending on your rolls. Fortunately, I don't think I'm going to be able to pen anything. I have standard rounds loaded here. My best chance is the IS-4, but I don't have... That's just disgusting. I need to yell at Lily. I don't know if you guys can hear that, but she's like licking the carpet. It's... ugh. She's not my dog. Levi would get yelled at for that. Hey! Lily, no. It's just... that's such a disgusting sound. Oh. Levi's honestly, I'm lucky to have Levi. Ryan's parents are up though for helping her brother, and they asked if we could, like, their dog could be here. Well, Lily doesn't like other dogs, but you know, 3 dogs would just, that'd be a little bit too much in our house. Can't pin him. Oh god, Badger. To pull back just a little bit, Badger. Fortunately, he gets lost our Artie because he literally sat in the spot to where he can get spotted. If he was a little bit this way or a little bit that way, he'd be better off. Oh, thanks. Hit me with the heat round right. Not even in a weak spot, you know, in the upper plate there. 2 Artie shots, awesome. Granted, you know, I am the easiest to get hit by SPGs right now, but our team, like, I would have pushed out further if I had someone in the south, like down the K line, but we didn't really push anywhere. Like, we didn't win the mountain area, and, you know, unfortunately in a tank like this, thanks for spinning me. It's just, you know, our team didn't really position ourselves very well. He's probably gonna move, and I thought I could have shot through with less shells. That was just a waste, but at this point, you know, whenever I'm on this map and my team doesn't push anywhere, I know we're gonna lose, and it's almost always from the southern spawn. It's frustrating, but yeah, I'm definitely gonna halt. It doesn't matter because we're down by 9 tanks. Well, part of the problem is, like, we had a lot of tier 10 TDs, but all of our mediums, which only accounts to 4 of them, basically either hung around the base or went north. Like, if I was in, honestly, say like the IS-4, the Kranwagen, and I saw that, I would have went south, just to be able to spot and basically stop them from basically pushing across the map uncontested. Unfortunately, you know, I guess other people don't really realize that. I would have loved to do something else in this tank, it's just, it would have been futile. Even this is going to be, you know, kind of pointless. So congrats CJ on getting that one. Which I will say, the way that I'm crediting stuff for the challenges and stuff here today, if your fussbot name, like if you've changed your YouTube name recently, make sure you update it. So you have to type !update username, because if it is different a lot to where I don't recognize the name, I won't be able to credit you stuff. But it was a really crappy match to where I could have probably done better, but you know, you're just screwed basically. And it's not even because of, you know, they're overpowered, which I'm actually going to be using that word when it comes to some of these new Russian tanks, because it is definitely past the point to where things are considered balanced. But I have a T95 here. It's just, I could have gotten a little bit more damage there, but it wasn't even the enemy team outplaying us by a huge margin. It's just our team didn't even try there. So, but that happens. I don't know what you're saying there, Bone, because honestly, if you had permanent camouflage, it still works. You can put it right back on your tank. They didn't like get rid of it, so if you had it, you still have the same. Like, of course there's paint now for tier 8 premiums and tier 10 tanks, but paint doesn't add anything as far as like camouflage values or anything. It's just cosmetic. But if you had permanent camouflage before, it's literally the same afterwards. Hello, Sean. Nice to see you. The 155, I'd say it isn't the easier one now. The one I played there, the Foshby's the better of the two for most scenarios. It's just both tanks, and even like going down all the way down the French TD line, you don't see a ton of people playing because, are you freaking kidding me, T32? People that do that, I hate people that do that. Honestly, I guess I had a bad match, so he's going on my blacklist because he just made me lose out on a very easy shot. Like, pay attention, people. But the French TDs, they're just, with the size of their hulls, their armor at higher tiers is alright, but with the amount of premium rounds people use, and, you know, like high tier TDs too, the armor on the front's not that great. It's just, they're very one-dimensional to where there's almost no spot on any map that you can set up to utilize your armor, and you can stay at long range and snipe, but they don't have a ton of penetration. So while your burst damage is pretty good, like they are balanced, it's just they're extremely hard to play, and not just because of like, say, someone screwing them up, they're almost impossible to position given the size of the tank and the way their armor's set up. So they can be very good, but a lot of times you're just fighting the tank more than you are the enemy, which usually they're the worst type of tank that people, you know, struggle with. Like I can't even play French TDs right, because half the time you have to choose between exposing yourself to get like a shot off and just getting obliterated, or not pushing anywhere at all and camping. Whereas some other TDs that you kind of play a little bit more campy and at long ranges, they at least still can, you know, push around the map and set up in more areas. But, you know, World of Tanks, yeah, it's not just exclusive to this game as far as like teams doing bad or good. But it will be interesting to see what Wargaming does about balancing, because seeing the pushback on 9.22 to where the balance is definitely getting a little bit too far out of control as far as compared to old tanks and new tanks that they're releasing, where they're gonna have to address it, because like the new maps are coming and the new graphics, which is gonna be nice, but they're definitely dropping the ball when it comes to balancing. And it can basically be traced back to the one guy, Marazer, when he took over. Which I've always thought, you know, throughout Wargaming's kind of history, not that it's like a ton of history. I'm gonna get whacked here, but critic him. I should have aimed better, but I was trying not to get blasted too much from the side. So the way balancing works, from what I understand, like there is a balancing department, but it's not like a large department, and it's mainly headed up by like one person, where it seems like too much is in one person's control, to where I should have shot a little higher. You know, that one person, if they decide like, oh, I want to balance around premium rounds, or you know, I want to balance around mobility or something, they can like drastically change the path of the game in a short amount of time. It's just, you know, it seems a little counterintuitive to me, but you know, it's still a fun game to play, of course. I'm trying to rush shots here because our team's up, but not as much as I'd like them to be. And I'm kind of isolated here, to where if I don't get myself closer to some allies soon, I'm going to be in some trouble. I'm hoping this Pershing lets me get a shot. No. Okay, he left his Patriot though, so I should be able to catch up to him to get a good shot on him. Just if this Yag Tiger can hit me or not. Actually, the worst possible way he could have went for him. Our town is starting to... Now, oh, I screwed that up. I did hit him, of course, but I should have just waited a half a second longer, and I would have killed him. Just we have a lot of people out in the field, which is not going to be good in the long run here. At least they're going to kill their party, though. Because the flag is in the base, or the flag is in the town. You're getting APCR thrown at you because you deserve it at 705. Not that person specifically, but the tank does. Don't use that car. Really? 16 HP? You gotta be kidding me. Where are you going? Going left? I can take left. 263 might get a shot on me, but no, he's gonna beat me. You gotta be kidding me. Now I have an HE shell loaded. Really wish I had AP there. At least he died, but I'm in a very bad spot now. If they can keep me tracked here. The 263 is coming around to my right. You should have been dead earlier. He didn't cause any damage. If I can get this Yag Tiger out, we will win this. They're all going after the 263. Pretty good match though. No. I probably should have stopped to shoot through the pillars, but I made a big boo-boo there. Another boo-boo as far as not hitting this T-34 when I can. Could. Come on, team. Thank you. I don't know why the batch hat was that far away, but thank you for actually hitting him. I decided to take the Yag Tiger out because the 263 had a higher chance on penning him. Hello, Sojourner? Probably wrong, but hello. Got an ace tanker though in the T95. Steel Ball Award. High Caliber Award. Which thank you very much, Lemon Dowie Joe for the follow on Twitch. And thank you, again for the subscription, Sojourno. But pretty good match here. 6,200 damage. You know, luckily I didn't get flanked until really, you know, at the end of the battle there, but yeah. That was a stressful one. All right, so we got that. Let me set up the next match here. Thanks for picking the P95 there. Lily? I'm not used to how Lily snores, to be honest. So up next I have an Udez. This guy. I've got to get to 1500 damage assist and blocking this. Not that I'm gonna block anything. Adding some more Levi biscuits there. Alright. Yeah, I saw the IS-6 complaining a bit. That's where, you know, I've slowly been adding more HE rounds to my tanks. Because some tanks, even with premium, you can't pen things from the frontally, but... Okay. Probably just gonna take one shot in the beginning here and then run away from this area, but we'll see how it works out. I guess it depends on how much my team needs help, because I'd rather set up over in this little area here so I can potentially shoot a couple different areas. Yeah, Lily's basically, she's a very large pit bull. Levi and her have been having bed wars for the past few days. Levi's very territorial of his beds. His dog beds, of course, but... Alright, so the enemy, I don't think they're gonna push. Given the tanks that we have, if they push, it's gonna be later to where... I'm gonna see if the 65T makes a mistake, but no, I'm gonna have to go somewhere else because I'm never gonna get any shots here. Unless my team basically loses that flank. I can't, you know, the Sense 7, the 20 pounder, so, you know, the lower damage per shotgun, I never really have used it, honestly, to where I think the higher alpha is better on it, hands down. Especially because you get the Hesh rounds with the other gun. And of course, just as I move here, the T-62A actually pushed over. Awesome. So that was ill-timed. Kinda hoping they'd make a move, but... I'm a little annoyed at myself because I could have... somebody actually spotted me here. I could have actually gotten shots in the north if I had just winged it, but... Oh god. I'm definitely not where I want to be in this thing. Like he's gonna make a mistake. Of course, he died right before I shot him. Not really having a good time positioning this thing, but that's more me than anything here. Feel bad for the people in the north though, because I definitely could have helped them up there. Hoping Artie does not rebalance me here. Keeping a small eye behind me. Just hoping that these guys move out of cover. Just me pushing anywhere else, you know, I'm not going to be able to set up in time to get another shot. Very nice. I gotta start worrying about this way. By worrying about that, let's see. They should be able to kill this Centurion. Uh-oh. I didn't even see that. Not exactly the right tank to be pushing someone over, to be honest. I'm gonna try my best, though. I gotta get him off of this wall and then ram him. I gotta do this since last stream I got a little angry at someone not flipping me over. But he's full HP, so he's more valuable to us. I'm trying. Alive than flipped. Ah, no. I can still hang and fight and bop people over. T-49, help! I'm giving it one more ram here. No. Not gonna work. That's my problem, is I just can't do it. Got decent camo, but this is cutting it a little bit close. Hope the T-30 didn't move over here, or like the Scorpion G. I feel bad. I almost wanted to like flip him like this. Oh god, the Scorpion G is moving up to where I don't want him to be. If I'm gonna be able to get back in time. I could get out of... Damn, they guys actually hit him really hard. I say they did get him, it's just I was spotting him and not you. Actually pulled back too far there. Go. Need a tow cable, yeah. They should be heading there, to be honest. They should be heading more up the 1-2 side, though, honestly. One more time. I'm one-shottable anyway. Oh well. I had to try. The bat chat's pushing there to where I can get shots if I can get to A4. I'm definitely risking it driving backwards, but the Artie's trying now. I just hope he doesn't die. He flipped him though. That's all we needed was that one, you know, we just needed that one heavier tank to be able to do that. I hope the T-62A isn't up here. Not be good for me. Shot on my part. Good. Thank God. I was like, I'm not gonna be able to hit him before he can get back. Ooh, yep, here he comes. Artie's probably gonna wreck me, but I'm not gonna be able to run away from the T-62A. Crap, and I just shot the frickin' ground. Are you kidding me? And he got me. That was one of the worst times to shoot the ground, but yep. I'm actually curious if we're gonna win this, but I was trying to honestly, well, damage him would have been nice, but track him. Yep, he's got him. Our bat chat should honestly, I guess it's not bad if he goes for the 62A first, but there's a pretty big downside if that already hits our bat chat. Oh well, that little mistake there at the end. But the T-62A, I didn't expect them to pop up near me. But he did the right thing there. Tried to flip a mouse with a Centurion. I can see where that could be a problem. The problem we have here is I don't know if he's going to be able to get him. Maybe he did get him with the second. This bat, they're playing well, but like right now, even though he's reloading, you need to leverage your artillery. Hello, Alpha Prime. Nice to see you. So where him just sitting here, he needs the leverage that he has 2 SPGs alive. And the T-62A, he can't one-shot him, can't two-shot him, can't three-shot him. So you gotta, you gotta go for it, dude. The longer he waits, like, he stunned him there, but he's, yeah. Just the longer he waits, basically, he's losing an SPG here. Now this already, whether or not he's not going to be able to hit him. It's just, it becomes a worse situation to where you always got to be doing something. You can't just go right for the kill. You got to basically spot and use your teammates. So, well. Well, thanks, Bill. I'm glad I could play it for you, which I did get over. So every tank request today is a challenge. I did get over the 1.5 HP total, even just, counting damage. Whoa, what are you doing, Artie? don't know what's he... This Artie's like moving around. It's not gonna do anything dancing around on a cap like that. The T62A most likely. So I'm guessing he's actually gonna pop up right about here. But the most direct path, while it is here, most likely I'm guessing that the T62A, maybe he did take that path. But our Artie, I don't know what they're doing. Like, they're not aiming. Like, it makes no sense, like what the Artie's doing. But we should get the win just from the fact that there's not enough time for him to get to the cap. But the Bat Chat should be able to kill him here. Thank God. That SPG player though, at least he was moving around, but I don't know what he was doing there at the end. But anyway, I'm glad I could get a decent match into Udez, even though I screwed up a little bit at the end there. And I'm surprised, the M53, he had a good match. It's just, I don't know what he was doing at the end there. Like, you gotta aim in, like, at least around, you know, around basically where your guy's at, and he's spotting for you. And he's just, like, dancing around, and, yeah. Luckily, that didn't cost us the match. Alright, so I have the Centurion Action X up next here for my next tank request. Actually, given the amount of armor going on, I am gonna be upping a few different of my armor, or not armor, my ammo setups here. Just updating them. Alright, so with the Action X here, gotta do 1.5 the HP again. See you, Carl. Have a nice day. My next stream, of course, is gonna be tomorrow, starting at 8 PM Eastern Standard Time. I may, depending on, you know, I got quite a bit to do midday here. I may come out with, you know, finally that one video I've been toying around with, the kind of like the armor creep and power creep that's been happening recently. Since the patch is live and, you know, most people are kind of, you know, focused on the issue now. I feel like it's a better time to release it than I was waiting to see what happened from the test server to live server. But I'm probably gonna take a stab at that when I get a little free time. Depends on how much these dogs take up. I like to spoil them now. So far during this stream, since Floyd purchased overwhelmed me with challenge stream in the chatbot shop, so far I've lost, let's see, I did lose the ultimate challenge that Leonard purchased. Outside of that though, I've lost 9 of the challenges today. So I think I've lost about like 40%, 35-40% of them, I think. The T-34, Matthew. I did, yes. I'm like 230-ish, I think, for the server. A little bit lower than I thought, but, you know, still in the top 500. The 705 A-Bone, I have a full weak spot guide out for it, if you want to take a look at that. There's a video, or if you pop over to WoTguru.com, there's a full guide for it. Honestly, the 705As, it's better at side scraping than like the PZ7, but you know, it has the lower plate weak spot. It's just there's no weak spots on the turret, and if you angle it right, there's no weak spots, you know, if you're side scraping, unless they can hit the lower plate. So that tank, you know, it's pretty darn good. It's just, it's only really good if it's in like that side scraping position or hold down. And missed the mark a little bit there. The GW is definitely aiming at this little slice of the map. Yeah, the only new tank, which the tier 9 705 and tier 10, You know, basically the 705 at tier 9 is just a little bit weaker across different areas, but still it's the same concept. The only tank I don't have a weak spot guide up for is the ISM and the Object 430U. The tier 9 Object 430. I never had one for it, but that tank, while it is pretty well armored, the main place that's not like normal compared to other tanks is if you aim at the upper left and right corner of the upper glacis. It's actually 30mm stick on it, so you can penetrate it pretty well on the upper plate, which is kind of different than a lot of other, you know, tanks in the game. They add a heat shell load in case, or not in case, I'm pretty sure he's, yeah, 705A's gonna rush in. Guess I can't completely ditch this 268, but I really hope he doesn't ditch me in return. I never fired yet. Oh, you're not gonna take the shot? Whatever. One of us has to do it. He's alone, so one of us has to take the shot so we can actually kill him here. Right, guys. Oh, he tracked me. Oh no! How did that... I hit low and I hit the frickin' space armor. I'm actually gonna die here. Yeah. I was aiming above where the space armor is, because I'm fairly sure, if I'm not mistaken, because I made the guide several days ago, it still has that little piece. I hit it just lower than where I was actually aiming at, unfortunately, but I shouldn't have been loading heat there when I knew that I was going to push on him. APCR is more versatile. Oh well. I don't think I didn't win that one. I had to get much higher than I actually did there. So congrats, Matthew. That's a little frustrating, but that's less of that tank being too good than just didn't pull it off like I wanted to there. So RU-251 here. Which after this I'll probably play, you know, one more match, maybe two depending on how long it takes. Basically all the new tanks have well above average armor, like even the mediums, so it's just, you know, I don't have any problem with them putting more armor into the game. You know, it helps me because more people look for like armor guides and weak spots, so I don't mind that. And you know, I feel like the game was better when you had to know weak spots of tanks. You know, it was a lot more challenging but fair. However, the way that they've been introducing tanks in the past, you know, several patches, they're putting tanks in the game without true weak spots, basically. So take, you know, if they put the 705A in the game, you know, say a few years ago, the lower plate would probably be a little weaker, the side armor would be a little weaker, and there'd probably be a weak spot on the turret, like whether it's like the roof can be overmatched or the hatches were a little weaker. So basically there's always like some area you could penetrate in a lower tier, and for higher tiers you didn't need to use premium rounds. The tanks they're currently adding in aren't just, you know, the armor is not broken just because of the designs of the tank. It's just wargaming, you know, they're removing weak spots almost intentionally, but you know, it's bad balancing, where it's, you know, it's frustrating to play against them. Like honestly, like, you know, if you're wanting to do very well in the next week and playing across a lot of battles, play tank destroyers or play the new Russian tanks. That's kind of what it's at right now until they die down a little bit and less people play them. But currently, with the amount of armor in the game, with a lot of people playing the new Russian tanks, you have to take that into account. Which I'm probably gonna get in trouble here. I'm just trying to see what's in the. I got one hit there. Oh god, I actually did not want to do that. But they don't have that much stuff in the south, surprisingly. Now most people, like even in a light, would kind of bop out on the beach. Nah, I'm just gonna get myself stuck there. Now we do have a T95 and the Mil 2. Want to be able to hit the T10. Ah, great, the Centurion 7. So I hate those little bushes there. I thought with the Cent 7 there, he would be able to spot them, even though they are behind bushes, since they're so close, but I guess not. I have been playing Airfield a little bit better recently, but this is still one of the maps that I honestly don't do very well at. Hello, Stefan. Nice to see you. Well, you know, if I have a pick for my last battle, I'm just gonna be picking a grind, so I really, you know, I don't have credits to buy like a new tank right now, but I do wanna start checking off some of the grinds I have. Luckily I have the ISM to grind now. It's just I've been craving like more heavy armor and stuff recently. Not just, you know, say the new Russian tanks, but it's kind of just the type of tank class that I enjoy playing like a lot of battles of. I like to sprinkle in, you know, say like lights and mediums and TDs and arty, but I like playing heavy tanks probably the most. Honestly, this is where kind of I hate airfield. Come on, you can talk. Because I lost my HP to where I'm just, where do I push? It doesn't make sense to push on the E50 unless the other guys are going to do it. And even then, there's still people in this little Overwatch spot to where they're just going to be able to honestly pop me most likely, because there's still two of them there. It's a map to where, unless you're in like a tank with a lot of armor, you're kind of having to play off of the other people on your team, or where the enemy kind of leaves you holes for. But one little mistake, like I made in early on in the match, and there's not too much wiggle room for you to. You can't shoot down a plane. People have tried, but yes, not it's not modeled like World of Warplanes. Fortunately here though, like honestly the T95, I don't know why you would want to go to the beach in that thing, but yes, you're just fighting people straight forward, but the C50, you know, he can ram me here. If the C50 pushes through, you're going to be flanked and you're going to be really screwed. Now I'm one-shottable. Make that. Someone just has to breathe on me. But fortunately we're playing this slow now to where I guess I'm just back to driving around trying to take little pot shots, but we can push the south. It's just we need the Centurion 7 maybe. It's just the T95, if he pushes up, Cent 7 takes the E50 out, they can turn the corner. But without that, not gonna happen. almost killed myself there. Alright, so next up I'll play the T-3485M, and that'll probably be my last match for the stream here. I'd like to go a little bit longer, given that this is, you know, kind of a special stream, but I have to get a few chores and stuff done. Ah, crap, I discombobulated myself there. This guy's gonna be able to crush me. I thought he was. He's actually not aiming at me. Now he is, but I saw my opening to at least take one tank out, to where even if I die, I accomplished something with 4 HP. My team's starting to pull away a little bit here. They're still aiming at me, so I'm gonna wait for the T-95 to make his entrance. Hopefully this T-54E1 doesn't shoot me, but I can at least help that guy out. So not a very, say, stellar match here, but still being a little bit useful given the situation I put myself in. Okay, I was just gonna say, I'm gonna make sure that we can actually kill that guy. The 432 could have, like, toppled over, something along those lines. Right, that's unfortunate. Can get hit by a TD over here, but yeah. Kind of hoping that doesn't happen, but it did. Oh well, I got 16, basically 1700, where I didn't get the challenge done there. So I have a T-3485M up next here. We did win the Centurion match, thankfully. Super Conqueror did a really nice job. Yeah, I ended up, should have gotten more out of that, but I stupidly, that's where sometimes using heat is definitely more trouble than what it's worth sometimes. So T-3485M, I've got to get to just under like 1100 in damage assistant block here. Try to pronounce your name. Yeah. Kovacevic, I think. I had to guess. I'm really bad at pronouncing stuff, to be honest. By an hour in extension. Well, yeah, my canine overlords. So, yeah, I need to do some stuff with the dogs here. I've got to go check on 2 cats in 2 different houses, a bunny, another dog in a different house. I've also got today's the day I have to go over and pop over to my grandparents' house and help them with a couple things. But yeah, I've actually got a few chores of myself to do. I mentioned it yesterday, basically. I'm doing like finish work on trim in our house, so yep. I'm pretty busy. That's where, you know, while the restaurant for us is closed in the winter, I actually do more in the winter than I do typically when I'm working. I know it would be wrong as far as pronouncing things. Like, I do my best to get it close, but that's why if I get like crap for not pronouncing, say, like some tanks in the game, I honestly don't care too much anymore. I appreciate like people trying to help, where I do try to improve, but I'm never gonna be able to like say like German tanks names correctly and stuff like that. Of course, there's an M44. They're like the bane of my existence. Do I think I can bounce? Nah. Well, that didn't work. I might actually die here. The M44 can... Thankfully, he didn't get me. That VK penned me with an HE round for 448 damage. I'm gonna run away and hope I don't get killed in between these rocks. But, like... know that he was throwing HE. He didn't know that he could pen me, but damn sure he got lucky there. I'm a little bit angry, but it happens. I'm honestly probably gonna die before I make it back to a safe spot, but that just literally ruined the match here. So I'm outside the V range now, for now. But my gunner's dead, so this is literally chucking around, and I killed a Nashorn. Woohoo! Feel bad ditching them, but at the same time, I'm better off back here. This is gonna be close if the IS keeps pushing. Yeah, I'm from New Jersey. And I don't speak like, I can't even do it like the New York accent people think New Jersey people sound like New Jersey. I can't even say that. You know, I live in South Jersey. Which I forgot to, let me start the raffle here. I'm not a pet sitter, but you know, the family and other people go away. I don't mind watching pets. I like pets. Fortunately, we're defending, so I don't have to like make any big moves, but I'm tempted to actually move up a little bit further here so I can spot, because these people are rounding. It's definitely a risk. Bigger risk now that the IS pushed up. Hopefully that rock was there. Goner, there's Tiger 1. Oopsie daisy. Whew, I was very close to dying there. Their M44 is somehow still alive. I really hate fighting those tanks. It's not that they're like overly good or anything for an SPG. Like, they're definitely decent, but for whatever reason I just always die from them. Don't think I'm gonna get to the challenge mark though. I can get lucky and not get spotted. Okay. Crap. Bounce. He's dead. I got a little assist damage from that. Woo, I killed him. No, I didn't kill him. I missed him now. Really? Really? Now I killed him. Tiger 1 doesn't look like he's aiming. And I bounced off of him. No! I'm not going to use an APCR round. Awesome. I actually just got over what I needed to hit, I think. Maybe. I'm really close to it. I think I got over it, though. There you go. 3 more damage. Ended up alright battle here. You know, especially given my start. So, yeah. I think I got to what I needed to, though, as far as 1.5 times the HP. Yeah, I got over it by a couple hundred. Alright. Thanks for the request, though, Dolph. I'll end up doing these crew skills later. Which their Tiger 1 did a good job as far as damage, but unfortunately no win. I still have a couple minutes on the raffle, so I'll do one more battle here in the stir a meal, and that's gonna be it for today's stream. Did I watch the Super Bowl? Yes, I did. Dolph, he most likely pinned me. I was turned away from him. He pinned me in the side of my turret with HE, it looked like. I don't have the mod installed anymore where I could see it in the garage. But yeah, we don't really talk about politics here, but I don't, you know, not to be political, but most people in New Jersey don't miss him. I'm not saying that from a personal standpoint, it's just his approval rating was pretty low. But see you, Pez. Yeah, South Jersey is basically all South Jersey is farms, shore towns, like where I live. You know, basically it's a, not a resort, but, you know, a bunch of families come in, like the summer, and then the spring and fall seasons, it's, you know, like couples and stuff, and a older crowd. Like, we have a lot of wineries here, you know, nice beaches, Victorian houses and everything, good restaurants. But, like, most of South Jersey is, like, farmland or, like, preserved, like, the Pine Barrens, it's called. So I guess basically all pine trees. Not too much, like, you know, there's rivers and stuff, but most of it, you know, is just flat. Congrats, Scrub, on winning the raffle. I don't like sitting here, but I'm the only one here. You know, for now, the SG-100Y is going to be heading here, where I don't mind coming here if it, basically if I'm not like 3 or 4 tanks in, I'm not going to come here. I'll find somewhere else to put myself. We do need someone in this area, though. That's a little bit scary. We have nobody. Thanks for purchasing the special thing, Floyd, though. It was a fun stream. Well, I'll credit everyone's kind of stream currency if you won any of the challenges after the stream here. Come on, you have help. Just pull back. Like, I can't shoot if you're there. Of course, I bounced off of him, but, like, basically this flank, unless they don't really have anybody there, or you have, like, a really good matchup against them, you're better off basically just pulling back and letting this side, or even if you're coming from the other side, the TDs that don't have any better spots to go, just basically blast them. That felt really good. I'm sure you guys know why. Definitely knows I'm here, though. This guy's... Thankfully he got him. Like, he's pulling right out to where we can't shoot anymore. So... Probably why you want a raffle, Levi. Heard you're gonna buy him a toy. which I forgot to mention. I mentioned it before the stream, but Total War Arena open beta, so technically release, because there's going to be no wipes after the open beta starts, is starting February 22nd, and with it is coming they're introducing a new faction, so Carthage, and with it Hannibal, and I forget the other kind of a commander, I forget the name of it, but like with that comes like a new unit like War Elephants and some other cool stuff. So anyone who's interested in Total War, you know, the 22nd, after that point in open beta, there's going to be no more wipes for the game. It's basically like a soft release. Because there are, you know, some bugs that they still need to hammer out with the game. Alright, so I guess I'm going to have to try to spot with this thing if I don't die instantly here. Of course I missed him, but at least somebody else killed him. But I don't expect a Dicker Max and an SU-100Y to actually do anything worthwhile, to be honest. Not that I should be expected to do it in this tank, but it's what, you know, I'm given. I'm hoping this SU-100Y on their team pushed out, because I might be able to outspot him if he's not like behind a bush. Their SU-122 44 though, if I come across him, he's most likely gonna kill me. Hello Spanky. Just not many people were here in the winter. It's like next year we're gonna open up a little bit more. Like usually we close like a couple weeks before Christmas and stay closed until you know, about mid-March. But Wolverine just crashed? What the hell? But we're gonna open up for like 3 or 4 extra weeks next year. It's just, you know, there's nobody honestly in town. Like there's locals of course, but it's not like large enough to warrant staying open. Like in our areas, like roughly say we have like 60-70 restaurants for like a small area. In the winter there's probably only like, outside of like really small ones, say like 4 or 5 like major ones open. And there's no real chain restaurants here either, which is nice. Everything's, you know, unique. A lot of them you only can find like in Cape May. I don't know why they keep heading right. Just not having someone here screws me, because I can't push on my own. So if I get flanked, I'm a goner. But try. They're not gonna budge, so it's so odd playing this thing. I'm probably just gonna get spotted and killed in like a few seconds. Like once I do get seen. That's my fear, because RD can one-shot me. SU-100Y can almost one-shot me. And I don't have any crew skills on this, so I don't have Sixth Sense to know if they spotted me or not. Okay, I definitely know he's either on the beach, he could have ran down there, or he's still where he was last spotted, the SU 122. There's an M12. A rock in between me and him. I do have a shot though, if I weasel my way out. Thank you for killing him. Hello, Bluefill? Maybe? But it's not everywhere in New Jersey where this happens. It's just, you know, I specifically live in a shore town. I'm actually going to pull back because I have a pretty long reload. Nice. Crap, I should have taken a shot when I had the chance. That actually helps me though. He just ditched that guy. There goes probably their only chance of winning. Unless that guy ran to the beach as well, but I doubt it. Yeah, luckily it only takes a few shots with this thing to get to what I needed to get to. But thanks again for watching today, guys. It was a fun stream. Thank you very much for the tips to Labobo and Grigsby. Thanks, I missed it earlier. Dorex, thanks for the subscription. I guess I'm gonna just go for the kill. Both of these guys probably will. Locals go to Taco Bell. Brian's brother really likes Taco Bell. We've been there a little bit too often. I feel bad going there, honestly, more than like once a month. Luckily, Levi's feeling a little bit better, so I can take a little bit longer walks with him. Did he run away more? Don't see how he got past. Yes, he did. Holy crap. I didn't think he was going to be able to get, you know. Hello, Marga. Nice to see you. Surprised that that guy ran away that far that quickly. You know, it's not a slow tank, the SU-100Y, but yeah. Which we are nearing, you know, there is a new tank releasing, a Tier 8 Premium, I believe, this month. I forget the exact date, but we are getting somewhat close to it. My money's on the Caravan Action X, if I had to guess. Oh, we got a win. I really wanted to kill that guy, but anyway, thank you very much for watching, guys. It was a fun stream. Now, for those that ended up winning, you know, any of the tank request challenge, you know, I'll get those done here by the next stream. Yes, Marga. Look, you know, yeah, I played one extra battle where, you know, otherwise, you know, I would have been done, you know, about 15 minutes ago. But anyway, at least we could end on a high note. But, you know, thanks again for watching. I'll be back tomorrow, starting at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Otherwise, you know, have a nice day tanking if you're going to play. Definitely watch out for the Russian high-tier tanks that came out. Yeah, the end credits, I did forget to pop them up. I kind of wish, like a lot of the other Streamlabs stuff, I don't have to open up. Here we go. I don't have to open it up in a different window, but for these I do. Much like the wheel as well. But yeah, thanks again for watching, guys. It was a fun stream. Thank you, Floyd, you know, for buying that stuff in the chatbot shop. But I'll see some of you guys tomorrow. Otherwise, my next stream after that, instead of Saturday like last week, it's back to the normal Sunday coming up this week. So anyway, thank you very much again, guys, for the subscriptions, the follows, and also the tips as well. Have a nice one.